I want to welcome everybody to Manzano Mesa today. We'll start out with our colors, then we'll have a couple presentations, some welcome words, and then we'll do our plaques. This is a very honorable day. I want you all to appreciate it. If you'll all rise, the presentation of the colors. Veterans, feel free by an act of Congress to salute the flag and rather than put your hand over your heart. It also shows respect for what you have done from a grateful nation. Post the colors.
Stand by. Go. Up. Off. Ready. Two. Forward. Off. Ready. Up. Colors. Halt. Preset. Hum.
National anthem. If you repeat after me, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Put. Hum. Colors. Colors. Hum.
Please be seated.
Ready.
Thank you. Take a moment here. I'd like to introduce Georgia Brasher. Georgia is in charge of our Senior Affairs Department, and she has been a driving force, along with myself, in making these walls occur. Georgia, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody, from families, friends, and veterans. These days and the Veterans Wall mean so much to our community. They're here to represent you over time for the effort and the courage that you bestowed on all of us to make us free and live comfortably here in this country. So I thank you. It is my great privilege now to introduce our mayor, who has, during his whole administration, truly honored the veteran and the senior population by hiring Roger Newell as a veterans liaison so that veterans have a voice in this administration. So with great honor and respect, I introduce our mayor, Richard J. Berry.
Good morning. It's a good day. It's a good day for me as your mayor because I get a chance, along with 600,000 people who I call boss, the constituents of Albuquerque, to say thank you. And I was a state legislator before I was the mayor, and you learn a lot. And one of the things you learn is we have 170,000 veterans that live in our great state. That's 170,000 folks that stood up and raised their hand and took a pledge to our country to protect our freedom and freedom around the world. And we are a great state and we are a great nation because of that. And when I got elected, we started talking about what we could do for veterans. And the phone would ring and it would be someone trying to work on their VA benefits or someone doing something that really wasn't necessarily involved with the city, but it became very apparent very quickly that there's a lot to do to honor those who served our country, yourselves included. So I want to thank Roger Newell for being our Veterans Liaison. If you need anything, ever, even if it has nothing to do with city business, you call us up and we will we'll shoulder up with you and we'll get out there and we'll try to work with you to get your problem solved because we appreciate the sacrifices that you made. And I want to thank Georgia as well because these walls that we are putting up around the city, so far we have 184 heroes like yourselves that we have been able to not just put a picture on the wall, but to tell a story. And there's 88 Army veterans, 43 Navy, 38 Air Force, 15 Marines, and 1 Coast Guard. And I'll tell you why I think it's important. As we come up on Memorial Day, as we do every year, we honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. And on Veterans Day, we stand up and thank everybody that's ever served. But this should be an everyday thing. This should be something where we as a community, where we as a state, and we as a nation say thank you on a day-to-day basis. Because you see, I don't get to give a speech like this in every country in the world. I give a speech like this because you went out and fought for my ability to do that as an elected official in a democracy. But it's also important because when your pictures are on the wall and your story's on the wall, somebody's going to see that, not today, not tomorrow, but a month, a year, a decade from now. Maybe it's a young person trying to make a decision on what they want to do with their lives. And they're going to see your picture, and they're not going to know you personally, but your story's going to inspire them. And they're going to get a chance to see the heroism, but they're also going to get a chance to see the struggle that goes with that. They're going to get a chance to see the price that's paid many times for us to be able to live in this great nation. So it's really, it's more than a today thing. It's something where it gives us a chance to honor you throughout. And I think as a testament to you, we've got our major news stations here today. They didn't come to see me. They came to see you. So you live in a community, and you're going to be on television tonight, and there's going to be people watching, and they're going to get a chance to at least understand that this is a community as a whole that honors your service and honors you as humans and honors your passion for this great nation. So I'd just like to come by and say thank you and look forward to seeing you around the community. And God bless each and every one of you for serving this great nation. And if there's something we can do, please don't hesitate to call. And I look forward to seeing your mugs up there with all the rest of these heroes today. So thank you.
I'm going to call Roger Newell back up. And Roger Newell comes to us as a Purple Heart veteran. And like the mayor was saying, each of you have a story, and your stories matter, and they will contribute to our youth in the future. I always call our seniors our wisdom keepers. You are truly our wisdom keepers and our history keepers. Thank you for that. Roger is going to help put the pictures on the wall. As we call your names, please come forward, and we will put you on the wall. And the mayor, if you would stand on this side, then you can congratulate each one of the recipients as well.
You want to call the names? Okay. You know, before we hang, I just want to tell you, as a veteran, but more importantly as a citizen, with long military history, not only my own, the concept, as the mayor alluded to, is to recognize you now, but really to recognize what our veterans, our ex-servicemen, our current servicemen have done so that we can do the things we do now. Even if sometimes it's upsetting to the people that are trying to lead. That is a right. Remember, no one else has that right. So as you stand here, you look at these photos, you come up and put it on here, on the wall. Stand with pride. You're among the few. Right now, currently less than half of 1% serve in the military. And it wasn't much better for people in Vietnam, Korea. World War II was a lot bigger population. But for the most part, we went, we came back, and we blended back into the community without much recognition. This is your day. This is your recognition for now and forever. Thank you.
Michael Akins served in the Army in Vietnam from 1966 to 1970.
You want to watch me fall?
Let's give Michael a hand. Richard Finley served in the Army Air Force, Army, Korean, Cold War, Vietnam from 1950 to 1957, 1958 to 1971. Congratulations.
We'll straighten them out later.
You have the advantage of being tall enough to do that.
We'll straighten them out later.
Thank you very much for your service.
Michael Fuller, Army, Vietnam, 1960-1974. Let's give him a hand, even though he's not here. Max Gallegos, Army, Vietnam, 1965 to 1970. Thank you.
One more tall one. Well, actually, two more tall ones.
We dropped something on the floor. Thank you. Jesse Gordon, Navy, Vietnam, 1970-1978. Chuck Henderson, Army, Vietnam, 1970-1976. John A. Marshman, Army, Vietnam, 1964-1967.
John is deceased.
John
Recently deceased.
was recently deceased, and we have put a black ribbon to indicate his passing. We recognize John today. Thank you.
And all veterans that pass will get the black ribbon. And one thing else, as you notice, we have holes in the wall. Why do we have holes in the wall? Because these plaques are put up alphabetically. So every time we do a new session, we move them around. That way there's no concern about rank, time in service, ego, or anything else. You're all the same veterans.
Carl Pollock, Navy, Vietnam, 1967-1971.
We'll straighten it out later. Hey, God bless you.
Philip Rodriguez, Marine Corps, Cold War, 1957 to 1960. Jackie Wesley, Marine Corps, Vietnam, 1970-1974. This is our second presentation on the wall here at Manzano Mesa. And year after year, we hope to continue this. And so more and more veterans will have the honor of putting their picture on the wall. This is an incredible and important day for each and every one of you. Like Roger and the mayor have suggested, your courage and your commitment to your country sometimes wasn't recognized like it should be. But we hope this wall provides for you that recognition and ongoing support from your community. We want to thank you all for your service and your families, who I know contributed greatly to your lives during your service. and to your friends who are here to share this day with you. Thank you for being here. Want to say something?
Yes. In the audience, I know there are a number of veterans that are already on the wall. Would you mind standing so we can recognize you? And if you'll see me after the ceremony, I have a flag and card for you also.
Mayor, you want to say any more?
Georgia, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. What a great day. What a great day. Go out and have a good weekend, and God bless you. Appreciate it.